Hello everyone, and welcome to another Gnostic video of self-knowledge. My name is Simon Avellino. I'm a Gnostic instructor, and today we're going to talk about what is the psychological song. In the world, there are many songs and melodies that we like, that tend to take us to different emotional and mental states that influence our thoughts, emotions, and even our actions. But today we want to talk a little bit more specifically about what we call the psychological song, or the song that we repeat inside of ourselves and that we sing repeatedly. The psychological song is nothing more than what the person keeps repeating. For example, very often we meet up with our friends or old acquaintances, and the conversations are always the same. The complaints are the same. The experiences are the same. The conversations tend to return to the same subjects, and we find ourselves complaining about the same things, and we continue to think and feel about the same things in the same way. This is the psychological song, which is projected from our interior and influences how we think, feel, and act. Let's suppose that every time you meet a certain person, he says that he can't progress spiritually or materially because of certain difficulties in his life, because of work, because of a lack of time, or because of this or that situation. If you were then to meet the same person sometime later, the difficulties that he will raise will be the same. The lack of time, work, family, friends, the situation in the country, the political situation, etc. We need to delve a little bit deeper so that we don't go back to singing the same song that lulls us into sleep all our lives. We have to understand where this song comes from, its origin, and what feeds it. If we want to have a change in our life, be it material or spiritual, we have to understand all that we have internally, like the psychological song or this repetition within us, and change its causes so that the effects are different. So if the person believes his problem is because of the weather, money, politics, or because of this or that, he has to look a little bit deeper and understand how he could change his attitude towards life, how he could change the events in his life so that the effects would no longer be the same. The song would then stop. It would no longer repeat itself. It could cease to exist and the person could take a step forward. So what can we do to end this psychological song and to move forward? Gnosis says that we have to carry out a deep analysis for all of these problems. Such analyses enable us to know the entire structure within us that sustains or supports this song. When a person repeatedly sings the same song of problems every day, every week, every month, or even every year, it only serves to keep him stuck where he is. He needs to take action, trying to apply an analysis of the problem, combining the practice of meditation to understand in depth why the problem is happening, and how it ends up somehow deceiving him and making him believe that the problem lies in what is happening externally. Let's suppose that the person always says, "In my life, the problem is a lack of time." We know that the lack of time is a problem if the person is disorganized. So the individual needs to understand that it is not a lack of time, but rather a lack of organization, a lack of establishing clear priorities in life. Then instead of simply trying to stop singing the song and saying that he is going to change somehow, It is much more effective for this person to make an in-depth analysis. This allows him to see how he uses this as an excuse or justification to continue doing the same things. In this way, a proper solution can be achieved. In this way, he can see the things that are unnecessary, things that could be modified or eliminated that will allow him to have more time. For example, maybe we sleep too much. Maybe we put too much effort into things that are useless. Maybe we put too much of our lives into things that don't help us. By seeing this, we can start to change and achieve our goals. Please share what you think in the comment section down below. What is the song you listen to the most? What is your psychological song? Please also give us a like and subscribe to our channel. We encourage you to follow our videos where we will be studying much more about self-knowledge and psychology. This will help you to know yourself a little bit better and be able to move forward in life. Thank you very much.